I'm going to take you through tips and tricks of how to apply false eyelashes. I know some people do get intimidated when it comes to applying them to your own eyes, so I'm going to take you through what you're going to need, what's the best tools, and how to actually measure them to your correct eye shape. So stay tuned and let's get started. Today I'm going to be applying Eyelashes Vixen style. I love this lash because it gives you a cat eye effect. So it tapers out to the edge. Now, I've done a winged liner. So as you can tell, there's not really much effect to it unless you add your lashes on. So we shall finish my makeup look. When you receive your lashes or you get your lashes, it will come like this. It is a standard sizing. So everyone does have different shapes and size. So majority of people will need to cut their lashes. To start with, I use normal tweezers like that. They can help you pull out the lash without pulling on the band. If you were to use your fingers, sometimes it can damage the band and hairs fall out. So safest way to peel it off is with tweezers. Then once you do have your lashes out, so I'll show you an example. I always start from the end to the front. The reason I do that is because the front, as you can see, is a little bit more thinner and tapered at the front. So I wouldn't want to damage that. Let's have a look there. As you can see, once you have the lash, you're going to need scissors. They could be any scissors. You're going to trim the lash band once you measure it. People have different opinions on where they cut their lash, whether it be from the front of the lash or the end. I do it from the end only because majority of the lashes I wear are shorter in the front. So if I was to cut the shorter part off the front of the eye, the long part will just be really, really long and it would just look weird. So I've always been taught and I've always done the end of the lash. You may get rid of some of the long wispy parts, but it's going to look a lot better than cutting it from the front, in my opinion. Each to their own. So tweezers, scissors. So you're going to need glue. I choose the clear because I've had bad experiences with the black glue, so I just keep it simple and easy. Black glue can get onto your eye without you even knowing, and it is a pain to take off. So if you can, I've been wearing lashes for how many years and I'm not even going to risk it. Always the clear. And then a couple more other tools. Some applicators. So I like this applicator because it has more of a straight edge there. So when you do hold the lash, which I'll show you, applying it to your eyes is a lot easier. And then to press down, I also have this applicator as well. So this will piece your false eyelashes with your actual eyelashes. So it will look all streamlined in your eye. Something else to have on hand would be micellar water and some cotton pads as well. So back up. Let's get to measuring the lash against your eyes. So you want to lightly place it on your eye. Like so. And as you can see, without it cut, it droops the eye. So that's what you want to avoid. You want to avoid that droopy eye. You want to open your eye so then, you know, you don't have that tired eye look. So I'm going to measure. Always cut a little bit at a time so you don't cut a lot. Been there, done that. So I'm going to measure it and I'm going to trim it now. So like I said, always trim it just a little bit shorter, because if you need to cut it a little bit more, that's fine. But if you cut it too much, then there's no going back from that. So that's how much I've trimmed. So I'm going to place the lash once again. So using my applicator. See how it just sits perfectly under that curve? So placing it on the eye is a breeze. So I'm gonna cut a little bit more, and then some lashes come with the band, if you can see a little bit on the top of the band. I'm gonna also trim that as well. And then measure. So then when you do have it all glued to your eye, it will just sit streamlined, just like that. Perfect. So place that back down. Now we're gonna do the same with the other lash. So we are going to pull the lash out from the end part and pull it from the front. Then we're going to place it on your eye, and we're going to measure how much we need to cut off. You're roughly going to do the same amount from your first lash, but sometimes you may have a bigger or smaller eye, so it's always good to measure both lashes. And then we're going to measure. Perfect. So we're going to place that down. Now in your makeup routine, you would have already put on your mascara. Always do a coat of mascara, only because your natural lashes with the blackness of the lash, the false lash, you'll be able to see it. So to make it look like one, always do a coat of mascara. Also, it will stick better as well. I always find if I don't do mascara and then put the lash on, it will just come right off. Kind of need something to like sit with. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out one lash. Then I'm going to, I always have a brush on. I just find it so much easier than the duo one. I feel like you waste so much glue. I also stock the glue, so it's a one-stop shop. Now you want to always put a little bit more on the ends, because that's where it, I find lashes tend to peel off from there, especially if it's really windy or you're having a night out and you don't trust yourself. Always put a little bit extra. No harm in that. Now this is the most important part after you apply the glue, which I'm going to show you what that looks like. So it will look like that. Goes on like whitish, and it should turn iridescently blue. You want the glue to be sitting on the lash for at least 60 seconds. Like that, it kind of gets a bit sticky, and once you put it on your lash, it will stay. So if, I know that some people do put it on straight away, and then the lash keeps moving, it doesn't dry. It's because the glue hasn't really set. Avoid blowing on it because bacteria. Now, as that glue is sitting, I'm grabbing my micellar and a cotton pad. Now, I'm gonna put it like that. I'm always gonna clean my applicators. So just clean it, because you may have residue glue and you want it to not interfere with your new application of lashing. And then just the same with that one as well. When you do use these applicators, sometimes glue gets stuck, which for me it does. So I always have that on hand, because if I'm going from one eye to another and it's already got glue, there's a good chance that's not staying on. So if I clean it, then it's got no glue on it and it's not going to interfere with the application. So you're going to grab that applicator, and it's hopefully been about a minute. If you want to fasten the process, like I said, avoid blowing on it, just shake it in the air. Okay, so this is going to my right eye. Now I just need to get my mirror. One sec. Alright, so I apply it from that part of my eye, and then if I need to drag it forward or back, I can. But it's always good to kind of put it where it needs to go and less moving around. So as you can see, I like the way that that is situated. It's not drooping my eye at all. It's actually lifting it up. So let me just put that down. You want to go on the top of your lash line. Avoid getting your actual eyelid, because if it gets glue and then you've done a really good eyeshadow, it's just going to ruin your makeup. So try your best to put it on the top of your lash line. I have no nails at the moment, so it does make using my fingers more fun, so you can press it down. Then we're going to use this bad boy again, and we're going to simply press it together. Like that. So as you can see, you can't see any of my natural lash. You can just see it all entwined. So that's one eye compared to the other. If you want to make sure that it's actually stuck down, that's where this bad boy comes in. You simply push it like that, and like that. Then we're going to move on to the next eye. Same process, add the glue. We're going to let that one set in. In the meantime, grab your applicator, see if there's any excess glue and remove it, just to avoid any for the next eye. Use the applicator and just fan it for a little bit. Alright, so now we're going to apply it to this eye. Alright, so we're going to go round 2 with applying it. Can pat it down. Alright. And I'm going to grab another micellar, because I think I do have a bit of glue on this one. And I'm going to press it down. Like so. I'm going to grab this one again, and I'm going to just press down on it to make sure it's actually attached. Fan it if you need to. Just makes the glue stick a lot better and dry. And then I'm going to use this one to double check. So you always want your lashes to face upwards, not straight. So you just want it curl, you don't want them to face down. You just want them to look as natural as possible. And then I'm going to take these clips out. Fix my, oh, it's this little curl. Didn't ask for that. But anyway, I'll take it. So that is how easy it is to apply false eyelashes. So get in there, practice, play around, enjoy, have fun with it. And just remember, if you have the right tools, you will apply them a lot easier. Everything that I've used, lashes included, are all on my website. If you do have any questions or you have any feedback, please comment below. But yeah, happy putting on false eyelashes.